Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Channel 8 sports presentation. Tonight from East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, it is girls basketball once again as East Brunswick hosts, Piscataway in a Greater Middlesex Conference Red Division game. Hi, I'm Jimmy Allinder, being joined once again by Phil Hill. And Mr. Hill, we had a chance to look at that Piscataway lineup, and there were some faces that I didn't notice.
There's some faces, some big-time faces you didn't notice. Of course, you're talking about, let's start. Gina Abrascotti, the three-point specialist, is no longer there. Shanta Scott, I believe, is playing for Hartford now. And, of course, Asia Jones, who is playing very well for the University of Connecticut right now, #1 in the nation. Right. But they have some people that you should remember. Jessica Guarneri is back, averaging about 15 points a game. And then you have Stephanie Crowley. How could you forget her? Probably the biggest shot of her life. I think it was in the GMCs when she came up with the last-second basket to win the game. Lakia Hill is back also. So there are some familiar faces. Of course, this Piscataway team is coming off a surprising 48-45 loss against Edison. I asked Coach Bev Hall about that, and she says, no, we weren't looking ahead. The fact of the matter is that we had two starters out. Carrie Noakes was out, and Stephanie Crowley didn't play. And so they were shorthanded. Carrie Noakes will continue to be out. Stephanie Crowley is back tonight.
On this side of the court, or actually in that side of the court, they're getting ready to come out. This is the East Brunswick team that we saw 2 nights ago that applied a 92-30 plastering on J.P. Stevens. They really were strong in all facets of the game. I guess we can expect a little bit of different contest tonight.
Well, you'll certainly have more resistance tonight, if you will, by Piscataway. But this East Brunswick team is a very tough team. The Gannett poll for New Jersey has them rated #3 in the state of New Jersey. Of course, Piscataway was #7 before that, lost to Edison. But as Bev Hall said, East Brunswick is very deep, and Piscataway doesn't have much depth at all.
Okay, well, we're going to have a lot to talk about tonight as we prepare for this game. It is going to be East Brunswick and Piscataway, round 1 this year. We'll be back with the action in just a moment. Here we are at East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, Jimmy Allender and Phil Hill, for tonight's game between the Bears and Piscataway Chiefs. First meeting of the year between these two teams. East Brunswick coming in with a 5-0 record, 5-1. Excuse me.
I'll tell you, first of many meetings for these.
You think there's going to be 4 meetings again?
I think there's a good chance.
Well, you know, Edison having knocked them off, Piscataway, they're undefeated.
Of course, if Edison had knocked them off, yeah. But
so my contention is there's no guarantees that Piscataway is the team that it once was, or as we expect them to be. But nonetheless, let's watch the jump here. Stacy Kohler against Guarneri, Jessica Guarneri. East Brunswick, however, does come up with the tap. Kohler off the board, follow-up, and right away you see that's where the East Brunswick has its advantage. Megan O'Neill putting that follow-up up to make it 2-0.
And Megan just 4 points Monday against Stevens, but Megan will be a big part of the game tonight.
Yeah, she can score effectively from the outside as well as inside. This is number 23, Kia Hill.
I'll tell you, a lot of bumping bodies. And
caught a foul. I think is that going to be called on Jennifer Guarneri? Jennifer Guarneri is number 10. Jessica Guarneri, the senior, is number 31.
Okay.
We're going to try to keep those straight. We do not know who the foul was on. East Brunswick up 2-0. This is Sue Firestone.
I'll tell you, Piscataway in a tight man-to-man defense. And I'll tell you, Megan O'Neill, here she comes.
Posted up and put it in. 4-0 East Brunswick. Guarneri with it.
And the Bears in their patented man-to-man as well, Jim.
Being guarded closely by Olszewski. Stolen by Kohler. Very nice. Pulls it up. And almost stolen back by Piscataway. However, it does go off. Denisha Winfrey and East Brunswick will take over with a 4-0 lead. Piscataway is not pressing, Phil. I don't think that's going to be the case with East Brunswick, however. Firestone to Olszewski. She hasn't shot the ball yet. Inside once more to Kohler. And great ball movement, and right away Bev Hall calls a timeout. We will once again apologize for the fact that we do not have Reggie Carney mic'd. This was an act of gravity. The mic just started to fall like with about 30 seconds left in the before the game started. He just did not have the time to mic it up.
Well,
we're going to attempt to mic him up.
Okay, but I tell you, since he's not mic'd up, you'll see Bev Hall there.
Right.
And Bev Hall, of course, had her team. They were the GMC champs last year, as well as Central Jersey Group 4 champs. We already mentioned the players, Jones, Scott, and Abercrombie, that are no longer there. But she has a solid team here. And yes, Jim, I do think that they have a very good chance of meeting in the county finals again.
Okay. You see the cheerleaders on the floor. And they always bring down the rafters when they get those jumps. So East Brunswick leading 6-0. And they, of course, will press.
And starting five for both teams remain out there, Jim.
Right. Inbounds to Jennifer Guarneri, who will bring it up. However, there's a deep two-person press right here. Firestone traps, so does Kohler. Now they get it across. Stolen away by Olszewski. That pass was intended inside. They are quick. O'Neill, first shot for her. Hits a three-pointer. And it's 9-0 East Brunswick. Inbounded. They do get it across. Nope, they do not. Such a wiki on the steal. Bounce pass inside to O'Neill, and she's fouled. Great start for the Bears, Phil.
I'll tell you, a great start for the Bears, and a super start for Megan O'Neill.
And if I'm not mistaken, that is the second foul already on Jennifer Guarneri. O'Neill with 2 shots. She hits the first.
And I'll tell you, what kind of player is Megan O'Neill? It's the first time I've heard Reggie say about a player that he has a player on the floor that says, give me the ball and get out of the way. Usually you wouldn't hear anything like that with Reggie, but he said he needs a go-to person in the big games, and Megan O'Neill is that person.
Okay. Looking at the foul situation, they call Kohler on the foul. There's the trap once more. Stolen again. No, back. Ball's loose. Guarneri tries to get it across. Interesting stutter step there. Without a doubt, they're going to have to get the ball to Jessica Guarneri. There she is. Nice pass inside. And that's scored by Crowley, and Piscataway gets its initial 2 points. The score is East Brunswick 10 and Piscataway 2. O'Neill, it's outside. Olszewski's first shot. Off the rim, won't go. Brought down by Guarneri.
A big rebound by Guarneri.
And they're going to need more of that from her. Jennifer with it. Gives it to her sister. Tries to move it inside. Puts one up. Won't go. Olszewski with the rebound. Here comes East Brunswick. Olszewski looks for someone. Pulls up, pass in the corner to Suchawicki. Won't go. Rebound. And we're going to have a jump ball between Kohler and Winfrey. 10-2 East Brunswick. 4:58 left to go in the first quarter.
Denisha Winfrey, just a freshman, being rather aggressive out there. She's pulled out of the game right now, Jim.
Okay. In comes number 34. Who's that? Leah Gombos. Okay. Guarneri pass. This is Gombos. Pulls up, fakes, won't go. Kohler comes down with the rebound. Here comes East Brunswick. Olszewski. It's taken away. And they're going to call Firestone on the reach-in. The action is quick and furious here.
I'll tell you, Lakia Hill showing quick hands with the steal there before she drew the foul.
Again, this is East Brunswick ranked number 3 in the state, and Piscataway was number 7, so this is a battle between 2 top 10 teams. We have a fairly decent crowd here tonight. Guarneri to Guarneri. Pulls up, jumper, and it falls.
Nice touch.
That's her first 2 points, Jennifer Guarneri. Excuse me, Jessica Guarneri. That's going to happen a couple times. 10-4 East Brunswick. Such a wiki with the lane. Firestone. Ball knocked away.
I'll tell you, the Chiefs showing good defense themselves.
Olszewski. Megan O'Neill. Such a wiki. Firestone. Now they're working the perimeter. They're going to call such a wiki, I believe.
Offensive foul.
Yep. No, I'm sorry, that was called on Olszewski. Her first foul. Third team foul. Guarneri gets across this time. Almost loses it. Shot won't go. Megan O'Neill comes down with it. Here comes East Brunswick fast. Kohler. Ooh. They're going to call
Travel.
steps on Kohler.
I'll tell you.
You know what, Phil? I think the official blew the whistle, and he was close to the Piscataway bench and realized that it wasn't really a foul, so he called the travel. And kept in. Guarneri goes to the middle. Stolen by Olszewski.
I'll tell you, quick hands.
And here comes East Brunswick again. Pass down court to such a wiki. Drives inside, and she's fouled.
And just good movement by the Bears, Jim, getting that ball up and down the court there.
That foul will be charged too. I believe that was Gombos. That is the third Piscataway team foul. Such a wiki. Bounces off the rim, won't go.
Shooter.
And such a wiki coming off an 11-point effort against J.P. Stevens. The crowd giving Olszewski a hand.
Such a wiki misses both. And it is still 10-4 East Brunswick. Guarneri. Gombos. Hill. He's going to drive inside. Looks to Guarneri. Nice pass.
Great pass. Great pass by Lakia Hill.
And the score is 10-6. Shot good by Firestone. And they give her a three. And it's 13-6 East Brunswick. Almost stolen. Is stolen. And now they're going to catch Guarneri on a foul. Jessica Guarneri picks up her first foul. Four substitutions. Phil, East Brunswick off to a fast start, but they've settled down a little bit. Sue Firestone drives to the corner, looks inside to O'Neill, but she can't get a handle when it's taken away. What are they going to call here?
I think on Firestone.
Yep. Who picks up her second foul? Fourth team foul. Both teams have 14 fouls. 2:33 left to go in period one. 13-6 East Brunswick. Kia Hill with the dribble here. Guarded by Lisa Mariski, who's now in. They get to Guarneri.
I'll tell you, strong move.
Very strong move.
Whew.
And that's what she can do.
And I'll tell you, take a look at Jessica Guarneri, just a fine athlete. I don't think she's quite as talented as her sister, Lisa Guarneri, who, of course, is at Illinois' gym, but she's a fine all-around athlete herself. She happens to be the field hockey player of the year and pretty much excels in just about anything she tries.
That's correct. She was a great goaltender for the Chiefs. Guarneri will have the chance to add to make this a three-point play. And she does. And Jessica Guarneri is bringing Piscataway back. It's 13-9 now. Mariski drives. Off the glass. Won't go. And Piscataway comes up with it. That was not a good sequence for the Bears.
Crowley to the basket.
Driving. Won't go.
I'll tell you.
That was Fisher who made that nice defensive play. Oshesky back in the game. Pulls up and hits. And they're going to need some production from her, Phil.
I'll tell you.
That's her first bucket. 15-9 East Brunswick. Minute 41 left to go in the first period. Guarneri against Kohler. They like that matchup. Guarneri has 9 points, and it's 15-11. Oshesky won't go. Kohler comes down with it.
And the bodies are banging. Good
pass inside to Fisher.
Good look.
And the score is 17-11. East Brunswick backing off. Inside to Guarneri once more. Won't go this time. Pass to Oshesky, pulls up and hits.
And
19-11. Almost stolen. A couple bodies banging around here.
And the Chiefs' game seems to be to get the ball down in the low post to Guarneri.
Foul called. It's got to be, Phil. That's really what their strength is. And quite frankly, East Brunswick has Megan O'Neill and Stephanie Kohler Stacy Kohler to combat that. But that's a tough haul. 6th foul for East Brunswick. Hill. Guarneri. Jennifer back in the game. Pass inside to Guarneri, but they double team her now. This is Hill on it, but Guarneri with the rebound, and score is 19-13. Oshesky. She's going to take it with no time left, and that is the end of the first quarter of play. The score, East Brunswick 19 and Piscataway 13. A little taste of everything here, Phil.
I'll tell you, spirited first quarter, and just the type of game anytime the Chiefs and the Bears get together. The Bears seem to have things in control, but Piscataway's not rattled. The Bears are putting the pressure on. The Chiefs seem to be getting a lot of garbage basket, but the big thing for the Chiefs is Jessica Guarneri. 9 of the 13 points, which she has gotten in the post. She is screaming for the ball. They're getting it to her, and she's using her muscle to turn towards the basket.
Yeah. And how about for East Brunswick? You have Megan O'Neill with, let's see, she's got
9 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And I talked about it. First time I ever heard Reggie Carney talking about moving away a little bit from the team concept. I asked him about that. He said, listen, last year Piscataway had a player like Asia Jones, and in crunch time, in the big games, that's who they went to. We want to do that with Megan O'Neill.
I suspect that East Brunswick is going to probably double up on Guarneri down low.
They're going to
try to prevent her from getting post.
Or step in front, forcing her to create an offensive foul, Jim. She turns to that basket rather quickly and rather aggressively. If you step up and whatnot and force her to charge into you and draw the offensive foul, which Stacy Kohler is very capable of doing.
All right, East Brunswick East inbounds. This is Firestone who gives to Oshesky. They look to Kohler. They had the advantage. Firestone, beautiful left-hand shot, goes, and she's fouled. And that foul is on Winfrey. That is the 16th foul, I believe, or is it the 15th foul? Nonetheless, Firestone with that bucket and chance to get the 3-point. Sinks it this time, and it's 22-13. Press now administered by East Brunswick, but they back off. Jennifer Guarneri with the ball. Let's watch her try to get it to Jessica Guarneri, who's at the top of the post. Lakia Hill now gives it to her.
O'Neal on Guarneri.
Right. Piscataway being somewhat deliberate here. She tries to go in, can't find anybody. And Piscataway will start over. Now Guarneri tries to go through and she can't make it. East Brunswick steals it. That was good defense by the Bears. Nice pass inside.
Just a good look. Good dish, good swish.
And Suchowicki comes up with the buckets, 24-13. Piscataway ahead of the field. And a basket missed by the Chiefs. That was Gombos. O'Neal, bounce pass to Kohler. And East Brunswick scores in spurts. And once again, Bev Hall calls a timeout. Score is 26-13. 6:47 left to go in the second period.
And I'll tell you, Reggie has a smile on his face, and why not? Just good execution by these Bears. And the thing that differentiates the Bears from a lot of teams, anytime they're on that left side of the basket, Jim, they go up with the left hand. And that's from drilling. That's from doing it over and over. They're just a well-coached team there.
I was noticing that they did that in the J.P. Stevens game, and I was about to ask somebody, we have left-handers on this team? No, you're right, they're taught that, and that is a skill that manifests itself in baskets in a game like this that they normally wouldn't get. They wouldn't have the access to the basket. So East Brunswick with a 26-13 lead. They've doubled up Piscataway already, and they do show the ability to score, like I say, in spurts, and Piscataway has to prevent that. And they've got to get the ball back to Guarneri. Jennifer to Jessica.
I'll tell you, good pressure defense right now.
Post up here, and a shot.
I'll tell you.
Three-pointer.
That's Lakia Hill.
By Winfrey.
Denisha Winfrey.
Right, 26-16. Back to a 10-point margin. East Brunswick sets up. Oshesky. Top of the key over to Firestone. Inside pass to Kohler. And that's been a good strategy for the Bears. 28-16. With O'Neal and Kohler on the floor for East Brunswick, that's really a dominant force right there.
I'll tell you, really.
Some body contact there, but no foul called.
Good steal by O'Neal.
And here goes Megan O'Neal with it. She hits to the middle. Firestone, three-point try.
Oh, mercy.
Did I see a three-pointer?
I thought that was a three, Jim.
I thought it was too. All right, they give her two on that. It's 30-16. Pass inside. Again, this is Crowley. Out to Winfrey. Oseshki guarding her. Guarneri takes it in. Doesn't have a lane, though, and it bounces off her.
I'll tell you, no place to go, Jim. She's driving, but no place to go.
30-16, a 14-point margin, biggest of the game for the Bears over Piscataway. Firestone to O'Neal. This is a good matchup for East Brunswick. And it looks like a foul.
I think Winfrey on a trip.
You sure it's not Crowley?
It's
15?
It's 15 Crowley, you're right.
Okay. That's the 16th foul, so next time we'll see the bonus. Jessica Guarneri takes a rest, Phil. Let's see how Piscataway. No, they call a walk on O'Neal.
Nevertheless, a strong move by O'Neal.
I'd be very interested to see how Piscataway performs with this sequence without Jessica Guarneri in. And right away, turnover. Carney calls that 51, which is, I would imagine, going to be a low post play. East Brunswick with the definite size advantage now. And there it is. Suchowicki blocked. Finally a foul called, and it's on Crowley again. 17th foul, so it's a two-shot foul anyway. And Suchowicki, who is 0 for 2 for the night from the line.
And the 5'5" senior guard has been playing rather well, Jim. As we pointed out in the J.P. Stevens game, she looked very solid.
And it won't go again. 0 for 3 from the line. And 0 for 4, but a strong rebound by Kohler. Wow. And it's 32-16 East Brunswick. Pass down court to Hill. She's going to try to go on Suchawicki. Blocked by Suchawicki. And here they come. There's Soszewski, 2-on-1 here. She pulls up, however. Won't go.
Crowley with a big rebound.
Suchawicki caught on the foul.
And the Chiefs are in the 1-and-1, Jim.
Right. Gwenori gets a rest, so she's going to be coming back into the game.
And you take a look at Lakia Hill, 5'4" junior guard for the Chiefs. Had just 4 points against Edison in the last game.
Hill good on the first. The thing I notice about Piscataway is that every one of their players is skilled at foul shooting.
Foul shooting, following the fearless leader last year, Asia Jones, who could shoot foul shots.
And second one goes. Piscataway 3 for 3 from the line. It's 32-18, 4:33 left to go in the second quarter. East Brunswick with a comfortable lead. Suchawicki looking for Firestone. He drives inside, bounce pass off a Piscataway player. East Brunswick recovers inside to O'Neill, but she passes off. Blocked away by Crowley.
I'll tell you.
And the Chiefs come down with it. Guarneri. This is Guarneri once again. Winfrey and Oshesky
with the foul.
Caught with the foul. That is her second.
And I'll tell you, this Denisha Winfrey, this freshman guard, 5'5", quick step there, and she has looks like she has great potential, Jim.
Mm-hmm. 2 shots. First goes. Shesky and Suchawicki will take a seat. East Brunswick substituting more frequently than Piscataway.
Well, that's going to be the tell of the game, and in the end anyway, the depth that the Bears have.
And the second one off the board by Winfrey, and the score is 32-20. Firestone brings it up. This is Whalen, I believe, is it not?
Elizabeth Whalen.
Whalen. Over to Morgan Baylog, who's in the game for the first time. East Brunswick somewhat more deliberate now. 3:20 left to go, 32-20. O'Neill with a shot. Won't go, and Piscataway comes down with the rebound. Guarneri's caught. No, they get fire. And Piscataway has a potential 2-on-1 here. And a pass was just not there.
The freshman just threw it away.
Yeah.
Okay, 3:05 left. The Bears up 32-20. And here they come.
32-20 is the score. Under 3 minutes to go now. O'Neill guarded by now. Nice bounce pass and a great behind the back block. O'Neill, nobody with her, but she's going to take it anyway. Didn't look like a comfortable shot, did it, Phil? Baylog.
And I tell you, both teams being very aggressive.
Yeah. Looks like the arrow is to Piscataway. Stolen.
And the Chiefs are fortunate to get the ball. I think that's nearly the 6th turnover in the front court, Jim.
Right, and they didn't get the ball back, Phil. East Brunswick gets it. Whalen will inbound. She does to Mariski. Morgan Baylog. This is O'Neill from the top of the key. Lets it go. And hits. three-pointer. What do we got here?
We have a foul.
And that's a one-on-one.
A foul on Lisa Mariski.
That's the 9th foul, so anything after this, Piscataway gets an automatic 2 shots. As it is, Denisha Winfrey will go to the line shooting a one-on-one. This will not go. Baylog with the rebound, and here comes East Brunswick. Fisher, top of the key. Again is O'Neill, who elects to drive. Kicks it back out. Mariski inside and knocked away. Piscataway finally comes up with it. They press. And Guarneri to Hill. Drives, nice move.
I'll tell you, good move.
I'll tell you what, that first dribble was what did it for her. Great shot. And she's got 11 points right now, does Guarneri. 35-22. East Brunswick on top. O'Neill. O'Neill elects to take it.
Oh.
Swish.
How confident is she, Jim?
That's her 3rd three-pointer of the night. And it's 38-22. Piscataway has to do something about that. Stolen? No. And they're going to call a foul.
I'll tell you, she gets a break. She just threw the ball away over her head. Pot luck, and fortunately able to get the ball back.
It's going to be 2 shots. 16-point lead. Phil, I think that's the biggest lead of the night.
That's for sure. And Jen Guarneri, the youngest, not quite the youngest of the Guarneri sisters. They have one even younger than she.
And starters now will come in for the last minute and 20, except for O'Neill. You have Oshevsky back, Kohler back. Firestone is in along with Baylog and Whalen. Guarneri with the second shot. She doesn't look comfortable on the line. However, Crowley comes down with it. Gombos with it. Back out to Hill. Over to Guarneri. This is Jessica. She's very strong with that move. Gombos comes down with it. Won't go. And looks like, oh! Why did they let it go? They just watched it go out. Piscataway comes up with the ball. Guarneri will inbounds. This is Lakia Hill. Long shot. Won't go, however. Nice strong rebound by Guarneri. Crowley. And Kohler comes down with it.
I'll tell you, Kohler's been doing a job on the boards.
Firestone, long pass to Oshevsky. Looks to drive, can't. And she tried to bounce it off Lakia Hill, but Hill came up with it. Here comes Piscataway. Winfrey over to Crowley. This is Hill. They pull up. 35 seconds left to go in the half. Whalen guarding closely. East Brunswick really doesn't want to foul here, or at least shouldn't, because it's a 2-shot situation. Crowley drives, won't go. Oshevsky did the wise thing and let her go. Firestone. And they're going to play for 1 here with 12 seconds left. You hear the bench counting it out. Firestone drives inside. She gets knocked around. And it's Piscataway ball. Three seconds left to go in the half. Hill. And that will do it. Boy, you know, East Brunswick came dangerously close to fouling there.
Yeah, you're right.
So that'll do it for the first half of play. East Brunswick out to a 38-22 lead. Phil, it's a 16-point lead, but you don't get the feeling that they're, you know, that they got this game in hand.
Well, the Piscataway has been rather scrappy and whatnot. They've had a lot of shots easy shots that the ball just won't go down. And if they can somehow get themselves together, they can make more of a game of it.
All right. Okay, so Looks like East Brunswick with 3 3-pointers by Megan O'Neill is the leading scorer at this point. Of course, Jessica Guarneri by far the leading scorer for the Chiefs. So the score is 38-22, East Brunswick over Piscataway. We're going to take a break now, and we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. We're at halftime here at East Brunswick High School Gymnasium, and our camera is on the East Brunswick girls tennis team, who won another championship with a record of 21-6. They won the GMC. They were Red Division champs, and just a fine team. So they're going to introduce the players here to the crowd. And the Player of the Year for East Brunswick, Alina Balasso, that is her. Another member is Jocelyn Chen. A All-County player, Renee Kaplan. Somebody who won the conference championship in her singles, Barbara Sharnak. This is Jennifer Clay. Catherine Drulis. Another member of the team, Tiffany Yang. This is a conference champion, Kaylee Lerner. Conference champion, Erin Lindsay. Team member, Christine Maurice. Conference champion, Laura Pasquetta. And all-county player, Kimberly Zeitman. And they are coached by Karen Grant. And that is Karen coming out here, who has done a marvelous job since taking over. That's the East Brunswick girls tennis team. Congratulations.
I'll tell you, 7 consecutive year? Yeah. That's amazing.
Okay. All right, we'll take another break and we'll be back with the action.
Okay, as we start the second half there, you see Louise O'Rourke, and right behind that official there is Bob O'Rourke, and of course it wouldn't be a season unless the O'Rourkes were here at a home game.
All right, East Brunswick with a 38-22 lead will start off. Kohler tries to go up, won't go, gets a rebound one more time, and they wrestle for it.
And bodies are hitting the floor.
Lakia Hill left open here. Won't go, and now O'Neill has it. Bounce pass to Oshesky. Back to O'Neill. Drives hard to the hoop.
She's hit hard, I
by
tell you.
Crowley.
Crowley wasn't intent on letting her make that easy too, Jim.
I believe that's her third foul. We'll check. First team foul, obviously, but O'Neill will get 2 shots. And it is 3 on Crowley. O'Neill won't go. She can nail 3-pointers all night.
She sort of looked at Reggie and smiled.
This one won't go as well. And it remains 38-22. Stolen by Oshesky, but guarded by Guarneri. This time, Winfrey puts it up, but won't go. Suchawicki comes down with the rebound. Piscataway's going to try to press here. They do get the steal. Hill posts up. Guarneri, nice strong move as usual. However, it won't go, and Megan O'Neill comes down with it. Crowley caught with her what?
Two simple fouls, 2 quick fouls by Crowley on O'Neill. I think that's their 4th, Jim.
It is, and she's going to have to leave. And that's an important facet of the East Brunswick, of Piscataway. Reason being is that she was doing a reputable job on,
that's for sure,
on Megan O'Neill.
Leah Gombos comes in for Crowley.
Stolen away by Gombos. Given to Winfrey. Won't fall, but Gombos comes down with the rebound.
Whoa.
Firestone with the foul, and it goes.
I'll tell you, Gombos coming off the bench and contributing right away.
And Sue Firestone picks up her 3rd foul.
Gombos is a 5'7" junior.
Right. 38-24, East Brunswick. Will try to make it a 13-point margin. She does, 38-25. No press. Firestone gives in the corner. This is such a wiki. Guarded closely by Hill. However, she gets a lane, but swatted away by Guarneri. Couldn't see that working.
I'll tell you, never left her feet.
In the corner to Gombos. She's going to look for Guarneri.
Tight man-to-man defense.
Right. Kohler is on Guarneri. Nice move by Hill. Drives to the hoop. Won't go, but Guarneri follows up. And it's 38-27, and Kearney does want a timeout.
Wants a timeout, first of all.
38-27, 6:15 left to go.
I'll tell you, the Piscataway fans are on their feet over here, Jim.
Right.
Two things have happened thus far. Piscataway being a little more patient in their shot selection, trying to get better shots, and they're playing great defense coming out for the second half. You see Reggie Kearney talking to his troops, and that's just what he's talking about. We're not taking care of the ball. We're being a little sloppy, almost a little nonchalant. He's going to try to build up that intensity again and that patent pressure defense that the Bears are used to.
And that is when East Brunswick is at its best, when it does put on that pressure and gets into a transition game. Piscataway just cannot keep up with them. There go the cheerleaders. We didn't have that, but I'll tell you what, they almost reached the ceiling with those lifts. All right, East Brunswick will inbound the ball. Olszewski. You see it, the back is to us. And Piscataway will press on the inbounds. Into Firestone, who is open. And hits. Sue Firestone has made some clutch shots tonight. 40-27, East Brunswick out to a 13-point lead now. Hill gets it across the line to Guarneri. Comes to the inside, back out to Gombos. She puts it up and won't go. Guarneri, nice rebound.
Goes to the board strong, Jim.
Right. She is absolutely the difference for Piscataway tonight. Olszewski. Firestone left alone. Hits. She's got a touch.
I'll tell you.
It's a two-pointer.
I'll tell you, Firestone with 14 points on the night.
42-29. Pressure now by the Bears. But Winfrey gets it across. Still driving. Bounce pass to Gombos. Back out to Guarneri. Blocked. Olszewski. And Guarneri gets it back. This is Winfrey. And they're going to catch O'Neal on the foul.
Winfrey drawing the foul, going back up the diminutive Winfrey 5'5". Goes to shoot two.
Second team foul by East Brunswick. Winfrey with two shots. She's 2 for 3 from the line. That one will not go. She looked like a freshman on that. Second one won't either. Guarneri, though, keeps it alive, and they get it back. Jennifer being guarded by Firestone. Winfrey looking for Guarneri. Hill. Piscataway seeming a little bit more comfortable on offense. And the Hill drives. And who do they have?
I think it's such a wiki.
Right. Who I believe has 2.
And Lakia Hill, nice strong drive to the basket there. Able to draw the foul. 5'4" junior.
Second foul on such a wiki. And 3 in a row missed by Piscataway.
We complimented Piscataway's foul shooting early on, Jim. They haven't hit anything, much of anything lately.
Exactly. And that one didn't go either. Guarneri again on the rebound. And they're going to call it off East Brunswick. Jessica Guarneri keeping that ball alive in both missed free throw situations.
I'll tell you, she's a tiger.
Out to Hill. Guarneri. Behind the back. Looks inside, but Winfrey now kicks it out. Won't go. Piscataway has gotten about 4 rebounds in a row here. This is Jessica Guarneri outside. Good game going down underneath here. 4:20 left to go in the third period.
Okay, good defense by the Bears, but great patience by the Chiefs.
And Guarneri lost it.
Okay, Lisa Mariski coming in as Kelly Suchuki goes to the bench.
Mariski inside. She's going to lift one up.
Ooh, nice drive.
With the left hand. And that's her first 2 points on the evening. It is 44-29. Almost stolen, and it does go off Jennifer Guarneri.
And good hustle by Susan Firestone. I thought she could have been called for a foul there, Jim.
East Brunswick up to a 15-point lead here, looking to extend it. Firestone lifts it up. Wow. Pass down court. Piscataway has a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Gombos, couldn't find the handle. Now it's back out. They can't decide on who wants it here.
I'll tell you.
That was a matter of Hill and Guarneri not deciding who wanted it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Sue Firestone, who's played a quality game, as well as Stacy Kohler, who needs a rest. She's been guarding Guarneri. And we have some changes. It looks like Fisher is going to have the task of guarding Jessica Guarneri. Olszewski with a stroke. And now East Brunswick has a 17-point lead. Almost stolen. Guarneri to Hill. 3 minutes left to go in the quarter. 46-29. Guarneri with it. Won't go. Ball comes down to Fisher. Megan O'Neill to the middle. Olszewski sets up. Won't go. Nice rebound by Whalen, who's in the game. And the ball will go to Piscataway.
And the Chiefs are getting their shots, Jim. They're getting their shots off. They're just not falling.
That's the deal. And they're going to catch Whalen on that one. East Brunswick with their 4th team foul. That is her 2nd foul. Excuse me. 4th team foul. Hill will look to inbounds. East Brunswick still pressing. Hill gets it across to Winfrey in the corner. Guarneri lifts it up, finally hits. Jennifer Guarneri with the 2-pointer. It's 46-31. Whalen. Stolen by Winfrey. Nice defense. And she has it herself. Goes up.
Blocked
she went up with the right hand, and that was the difference. Megan O'Neill with it. Drives, and she puts it in. Good sequence for East Brunswick there. And here comes East Brunswick on the press, 48-31. Gombos looks inside to Guarneri, catches it. You saw her athleticism just by snaring that pass, really.
Strong player.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, she's been in this entire second half and has to be a little winded. They're going to call that on who, Olszewski? I believe so. That's her 4th foul.
And as Guarneri sinks that, she's coming off a game 18 points versus Edison. Came into the game with a 15.5 average.
Yeah, she's got 16 right now, Phil, I think.
Yes.
17 if she sinks this, obviously. Nope, will not go. Olszewski, who remains in the game. Correct, sorry. That 4th foul was on O'Neill. Kohler. East Brunswick probably biding a little time here. Oshesky. Whalen's going to put it up. Swish, three-pointer from a freshman.
I'll tell you, her first points of the night.
51 to 32, 19-point lead. That is the biggest of the evening for the Bears. And they're starting to pull away. Guarneri, great move just to control that ball.
I'll tell you.
She is really doing it by herself tonight.
19 points.
Yeah. And they're going to call East Brunswick on the travel. Minute 21 left to go in the third quarter. It is East Brunswick 51, Piscataway 34. Guarneri can't dribble, so she gives it to Hill. They're counting the 10-second line. Now they get it across. Guarneri to Guarneri. Pulls up and shoots. Hits. She is a player. 51 to 36. Whalen with it. And Winfrey's going to be caught with the foul.
Freshman on freshman.
Yeah.
Denisha Winfrey on Elizabeth Whalen.
That is the third team foul for Piscataway, second on Winfrey. Oshesky now. Closely guarded by Hill. Leaves the ball open for Baylog, won't go. However, East Brunswick at the rebound. Strong move by Kohler, won't go. Tapped around. Jessica Guarneri comes up with it. Long pass.
Good look.
Yeah, inside, swatted away. Ball still alive. Winfrey has it. 30 seconds to go. This is Lakia Hill, lifts one up, won't go. And East Brunswick comes down with it. This is Whalen in front of the crowd here. Good pass. And they're going to catch Winfrey on the foul.
I'll tell you. Both teams running up and down the court, Jim. Good movement of the ball.
And they call a shooting foul, so that is going to be 2 shots for Morgan Baylog.
The 5'5" senior guard.
Won't go. And that one goes. So it is 52 to 36. East Brunswick ahead, 16-point lead. Guarneri, high posting it up here. Now she gets the ball back. Whoa, what a tough move. And they're going to call travel.
I'll tell you, and the fans on the Piscataway side are up in arms over there, Jim.
Right.
They just thought it was a great spin move.
She really went in there quick.
You almost wanted to see her finish that play.
Sleight of hand, but the official says no. 5 seconds left to go in the quarter. Nice pass inside. However, Guarneri with a block. And what do they have here? That's it. Wow, what a sequence.
I'll tell you. And if nothing else, Jim, we're seeing some performances out here.
Exactly.
You got to be impressed with Jessica Guarneri no matter what. And you got to be impressed with this Bear team, the tremendous balance that they have.
Well, so far the balance is winning out despite the individual performances. 52 to 36 is the score. We're going to take a look at the cheerleaders here as they go through a routine. But in looking at this game, Phil, East Brunswick they've been scoring in spurts, and it's, I mean, Jessica Guarneri for Piscataway cannot do it by herself.
Can't do it by herself. Again, Reggie, speaking to him the other day, lamented that he wasn't pleased with his offense. Defense is okay. Wasn't pleased with the offensive performance, and I don't know, he had a 92-point output against J.P. Stevens.
Wasn't pleased, huh?
But that was a weaker team, let's face it. But he wants to see more consistency from the Bears. He said they were shooting at 40%. He thinks they certainly could do a lot better. On the other hand, if you're the Chiefs, you got to take heart. They do have one of their starters. Carrie Noakes is out with an injury, and they're looking forward to getting her back, and there's no telling what she may be able to add to this team. So the future looks good for both of them.
Yes, it does. So East Brunswick will inbounds with a seemingly comfortable 52-36 lead. Oshesky will inbounds to Mariski. O'Neal will sit out with 4 fouls. And Kohler with it. Baylog to Fisher. Fisher with a lane. And what do they got?
Fisher drew the foul.
All right. Foul charge to win. Excuse me, that foul is not on who? Gomez, who picks up, according to the clock, her first. I thought she had her second, but nonetheless.
And you take a good look at Vicky Fisher, who's coming off an 8-point performance against J.P. Stevens. Sinks that for her 3rd point of the night.
Risky goes out now. Is Firestone in? I think everybody who has played for East Brunswick is in the scoring column. With that shot sunk by Baylog. Ball goes out. Piscataway will take over. We're in the 4th quarter, 53-46 East Brunswick. 7:42 left to go in the game. And, you know, we can just keep the camera on Jessica Guarneri, and you're sure to get some action. They're moving her in and out now. Hill. Piscataway cannot really afford to take too much time setting up. Hill with a long shot. Swish, 3-pointer.
With an NBA shot.
53-39. East Brunswick doesn't have this game wrapped up quite yet. Excuse me, this is Oshesky. Firestone. Gives to Baylog. Over to Fisher. They're looking inside, down deep. Fisher drives. Back to Oshesky. East Brunswick can afford to be deliberate. Firestone with it. Inside to Oshesky, lifts it up, won't go, however. And Guarneri comes down with it. Here she comes. Goes to the middle. Pulls up. Won't go. And Guarneri tried to get the rebound, couldn't get it.
Did everything on there. Got the rebound off the offensive boards, dribbled down the court, took the shot, and then up inadvertently knocking the ball out of bounds as well. Good hustle.
All right. Firestone to Oshesky. O'Neal was back in the game. Lifts it up. Swish. 3-pointer. That's her 4th of the evening.
And her 20th point on the night.
56-39. Back up to a 17-point lead. Guarneri, nice move. Crowley's back in the game, by the way, Phil.
After sitting out for quite a while with that 4th foul.
How many points do you have for Guarneri?
23 for Guarneri.
Okay. So an individual battle, so to speak, going on between Guarneri and O'Neal for scoring honors. However, East Brunswick at the lead. Kohler with a turnaround will not go. And the Chiefs come down with the rebound. Winfrey to Guarneri. 5:26 left to go. 56-41 Bears. Crowley to Hill. Oh, a tie up here. And who has it? Arrow to Piscataway. Blocked away nicely by O'Neal.
And stolen by O'Neal.
Right. Firestone. Out comes Kohler. Oshesky left alone for a 3-pointer. Falls. Wasn't a swish, but they'll take it. 59-41, 18-point margin now. Guarneri drives deep. Off the Hill. Off the rim. Guarneri with the follow-up. Will not go. Follows up her own rebound. She's hacked from behind by Kohler.
Jim does the basics and whatnot. You learn early on when you take a shot, follow up your shot. That's exactly what she did, able to get the rebound and go to the line to shoot 2.
So that foul is on Kohler, who picks up what? They don't say. Guarneri with another point. Sinks the second. She really has been solid from every aspect of the game tonight. On the line. Almost knocked away. Hill tried to go for it.
Officials letting them play at this stage of the game, Jim.
Kohler comes out with it. Sue Firestone showing a great ability to run this team right now. O'Neal, they're going to catch her on a walk. And the Chiefs will take over once again. Still down by 16. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. Winfrey will not go. However, she follows it up. Ball tapped around. Finally, O'Neal comes down with it. Megan O'Neal, nice pass inside to Kohler. Turnaround, will not fall.
And
Guarneri, and she's going to do it herself. You can tell from the outset.
Mercy.
They do not call a foul. O'Neal with the rebound. A little haphazard play here.
Officials letting them play.
Yes, they are. Pass to Kohler. She goes up, and they're going to catch Guarneri.
I'll tell you, and again, the Piscataway fans don't like it, Jim. And it looked like she had ball there, but the official standing right there.
I think Guarneri was a little irritated by the fact that she wasn't fouled down at this end of the court.
I hear you.
And she took it out on the Stacy Kohler at this end.
Ray Forziati, the official making the call.
Stacy Kohler. If there's one thing about East Brunswick we can say tonight, they have not been strong from the line. Olszewski will take a rest. Kohler with another one. And makes that. 60-43. Firestone guarding Guarneri. And Jessica Guarneri a little slow coming down court this time. Pass stolen. Whalen to Firestone, left hand again. Doesn't fall. And I think they're going to get Whalen on the foul. Yes, indeed. Still East Brunswick with a 17-point lead, but I have to tell you, I don't think that Reggie Carney is completely happy with the way his team's played tonight.
Well, there's some of the things. Reggie, no matter what they do, Reggie will find something not to be happy about. Good coaches normally do that just to keep their team sharp. But there are certain aspects and whatnot. But overall, they've been aggressive, and it hasn't been the smoothest of games. But
well, the point I want to make about this is that we've seen East Brunswick win by margins like this in early season games, only to have Piscataway come back as Kohler trips. They say no foul. But to continue on what I'm saying is that you can get the sense that in another situation, Piscataway can come out on top.
Well, we mentioned the fact that Carrie Noakes, one of the starters not playing. Both of these teams are going to get better, and both of these teams are going to get sharper.
Right.
I just think the Bears just have too much depth for the Chiefs.
O'Neal misses one inside. Guarneri comes down with it, passes to her sister, goes one-on-one. This is this is Jen Guarneri.
Nice move
wins that little individual battle, and it's 60-46. 2:57 left to go. Piscataway still thinks they have a chance here.
Well, they haven't stopped playing, that's for sure.
Kohler to Whalen. Such a wiki, we haven't mentioned her for a while. Gives to O'Neal, who's due for about a three-pointer here. Kohler with a turnaround hits.
Just a good
shot.
strong move by Kohler. Her 9th point.
And an important basket at this juncture. Widens the margin back out to 16, 62 to 46. Winfrey lifts a three, hits. 62 to 49, 13-point lead. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to go. And they call a foul. And East Brunswick is in the bonus. Substitution for East Brunswick. It looks like East Brunswick will call a timeout, Phil. So the Bears will be hoping to come away with a victory here, and if they do, that'll bring their record up to 6-1.
Right. And you seem to be seeming a little concerned with a 13-point lead with 2:06 left, Jim. I don't know if you should be that concerned.
Well, I think he really wants this team to finish out strong.
Of course.
And you know, I think emotionally, you want to leave this game having, you know, with the belief that you've beaten Piscataway convincingly, and that can carry this team. Because realistically, I know Edison's a decent team, obviously, that they beat Piscataway, but there's not going to be too much more competition for East Brunswick along the way, except they have some games with Immaculata, I believe.
Haddonfield.
And Haddonfield. Yeah.
There's a few games down the road, but the Bears can't worry about that. The simple point is that they want to get sharper and better as they go along. They certainly have enough talent on the team. They certainly have enough depth. They have rebounding strength. They have three-point shooters. They have ball handlers. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
And the depth may be the most important asset, because if there's one thing that Piscataway cannot match with East Brunswick, and that is the number of players that come in and out of the game. They're just not there. And in a close contest, that could be the difference.
And in a long season.
Correct. Firestone will go to the line shooting 1-on-1. It will not go. Again, East Brunswick a little less than perfect from the line. Guarneri, they're going to have to get some points quickly here. Hill's going to lift a three. Doesn't go. O'Neal with the rebound. And O'Neal elects to pull up, maybe use a little bit of clock. Perhaps force the foul. Kohler to O'Neal, decides not to shoot. And Guarneri's going to foul. Whalen, they elect to put Whalen to the line.
And we don't have statistics yet on free throw shooting, but just by the way young Elizabeth Whalen shoots, you got to know she's a good foul shooter.
Will not go. And Guarneri comes down with it. A minute and a half left to go in the game. Firestone guarding Guarneri. Winfrey, who is going to be a good player, is already an accomplished player. Ball batted away. Bears come down with it. Whalen to Firestone, fouled by Guarneri.
And Jim,
fourth foul.
as you watch the Bears, one of the things you tend to think is that we've really gotten spoiled over the years watching this Bear team. The fact of the matter is, as we pointed out, they're number 3 rated by the Gannett poll in the state of New Jersey.
Right.
They've gone up and beat some really good teams in New York. And while they may not be pinpoint sharp at this point in time and whatnot, there are very few teams, if any, that are better than them out there. So it's a matter of perspective.
Sure. That was a 20-second timeout by the Bears. Firestone will go to the line. She missed the last opportunity and is actually 1 for 1. I have her at 12 points on the evening. Tied with Kohler for 12 points. O'Neal with 20. And again, she misses. However, O'Neal comes down with it. She's surrounded by players, and they're going to call another foul.
That's a reach-in foul on Lakia Hill, I believe. Or
could be Guarneri.
No, I think they called it on Guarneri, you're right.
Who picks up her third. Crowd sensing that this game is kind of over. O'Neal misses. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
That foul shooting.
Carney's going to find a little something to talk to these ladies about.
Things already.
Yeah. And another miss. And that brings the percentage down even further. 62-49 is the score. Under a minute to play in this game. East Brunswick really led from the outset. Hill with a rainmaker, doesn't go. Firestone ahead of the field and pulls up. Good move. Cross court to Baylog. Now the Bears work the clock. Down to 40 seconds. They're going to have to foul, and they do. And East Brunswick with yet another opportunity at the foul line. This is Colleen Reese getting ready to come into the game for Piscataway. I guess Guarneri fouled out, so.
And Jennifer Guarneri gets a hand from the Piscataway crowd. She fouls out with 6 points on the night.
Firestone hits. Wow. No, I shouldn't say that.
I'll tell you, Firestone has 15 points on the night, Jim.
Right.
Good night for her.
She really has had a good night. And misses the second. O'Neal comes down with it, gets it back out to Firestone. Back to Kohler. She's fouled by Crowley.
And Crowley's out of the game with 35 seconds left.
You know, I wish they let Jessica Guarneri leave the game because she deserves a hand from this crowd. She really has played splendid tonight.
Well, we didn't hear the buzzer, but that has to be Crowley's 5th foul.
Indeed it is.
And
in comes Gombas. So 2 have fouled out for the Chiefs. Jennifer Guarneri and Stephanie Crowley. Stacy Kohler to the line. Makes the first.
And that's her 10th point of the night. She's coming off a 13-point, 8 rebound, 5 assist game against J.B. Stevens Hawks.
Hits them both. And the score is now 65-49. Stacy Kohler and Susan Firestone leaving the game. 2 starters that played important roles in this victory tonight for the Bears. 30 seconds left to go. Hill to Guarneri. They tried to get it to Jessica Guarneri. She comes up with it and fouled. Oshesky, who's back in the game, by the way. Interesting rotation by Reggie Carney. And now Oshesky will come out.
A well-deserved applause.
Right. Oshesky, according to my figures, only had 10 points.
10 points on the night.
10 points? Okay.
Certainly below her average.
Yeah, it is below her average. Guarneri misses. Up with it comes Baylog to O'Neal. 14 seconds left. And you have to wonder if Piscataway is going to foul here. Let the clock run down. 6-5. Mariski gives. Whalen does not go, and that is the final score. East Brunswick's with a 65-49 victory. A 13-point victory for the Bears over the Chiefs in a game that saw a little bit of everything. We had some great individual play by Jessica Guarneri from Piscataway, but in the end, it could not withstand the great team play, foul shooting, and everything else.
My math says it's 16 points, Jim.
You got it. Yeah, is that the second time in a row I've done that? 16 points. Okay. Any thoughts?
I'll tell you, Jim, it's a good win for the Bears and whatnot. We're lamenting much of the night about the game not being as sharp. It's early in the season yet here. And Reggie talked about it and whatnot. They're still finding themselves offensively. Their defense is allowing them to beat a lot of teams. But again, this is one of the strongest teams in the state. With all their depth, with all their ability, they're only going to get better, Jim. And anytime you beat Piscataway, it's a good win.
You betcha. Okay, so that's going to do it tonight here from East Brunswick Gymnasium. The final score, East Brunswick 65, Piscataway 49. For Phil Hill, this is Jimmy Allinder saying thanks for being with us.